Hey there, I'm John.
And I'm Josh.
And we are up to week 9 of the 2024 college football season. And we're going to be talking about what we're expecting of this week. And we're going to start off with number 21, Missouri, who's 6-1. And they're going to be at number 15, Alabama, who is now 5-2 after the loss to Tennessee. So some big questions with this week. Missouri, they're 6-1, but not impressively.
Yeah.
And so the question here is, will Alabama be able to recover after, now they have 2 losses.
None at home.
But they've literally struggled. The last 3 games have been sort of rough for them.
I think this is the bounce back week for Alabama. I truly believe that Missouri is just highly overrated. I don't understand how they ever started in the top 15 at the beginning of the season. I don't know why they ever were up there, but I think.
But they still only have 1 loss.
This is a must-win for DuBois.
Ugly.
Right? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Alabama.
Yeah.
You lose to Missouri, DuBois is going to be thrown into a fire. Right? And this is a must-win for him. Welcome to the Tide. Win your games. Right?
Yes.
You cannot lose back-to-back games, especially when you're the higher-ranked team. Back-to-back games.
Yeah.
I think Bama comes out, handles Missouri well, wins by 21 plus points.
Okay.
Do you think Bama wins?
I want that. I want
All
that,
right.
absolutely. I expect it, but again, it's sort of like, what am I going to see on the field? Am I going to see a lot of mistakes, a lot of penalties?
Run the ball.
Yeah,
Run the ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
Run the ball.
Absolutely. Number 5, Texas, is going to be at number 25, Vandy. And yeah, I know. My expectation of this is that Texas, especially after this past week, they're going to come in strong. They did look lost, like you said, against Georgia. But
Vanderbilt's not Georgia.
Can Vanderbilt do that? I don't think so.
I think what's going against Vanderbilt is they don't have the luxury of nobody ever thinking that there was a chance like they did against Alabama,
Yeah.
right? I mean, Texas knows that Vanderbilt can now play. They know
Yeah.
their quarterback
Yeah.
is going to
Yeah,
give it his
Vanderbilt's
all.
not going to surprise anybody
Yes.
here. Yes.
So, yes, I agree.
Yeah.
And Quinn Ewers cannot have back-to-back games as bad as he did.
My guess is they'll put it on pretty strong here. Then you have number 20, Illinois. They're going to be at number 1, Oregon. Illinois' only loss is to Penn State, and they lost that one by 14. So what do you think as far as quarterback matchup here?
Yeah, Altmaier, remember, the best team they played is Penn State.
Yeah.
And he scored 7 points.
Yeah.
You could argue that Oregon's defense is as good, if not better, based off numbers than Penn State.
Yeah.
So I got to think that Oregon keeps rolling.
Yeah.
I really do. I think Illinois will struggle, and I think Oregon could potentially win big.
Yeah, I think they really could as well.
Yeah.
It's a good reason not to put that in your upset picks this
There
week.
is, yeah.
Then you have number 8, LSU. They're going to be at number 14, Texas A&M. So in College Station. So what do we think is going to happen here? I mean, both of these guys are doing pretty good.
This is the
Only
game of
one
the
loss.
This is the game of the week to me. I don't know what game day is, but this is the biggest game of the week to me.
Can they keep putting
It's not going to be
SEC games? Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it was
Texas.
like Washington, Indiana, or something.
Oh, okay.
It's like
Yeah.
it's not ranked versus
That's not
yeah.
much of a game.
No.
Okay.
I mean, they're both teams' only losses first week of the season.
Oh, I think you put LSU back with USC again.
Oh
I
think they would destroy them.
too.
I really do.
Yeah.
A&M against Notre Dame would probably be a
That's
pretty
a
good
hard
game.
one. That was a hard one to pick. Yeah.
It would just be a good game.
Just because Notre
Yeah.
Dame's doing well. Yeah.
But man, I just don't know who has the edge. I might lean towards A&M since it's
Oh, wait, are both LSU and Texas A&M undefeated in SEC?
they are.
Ooh,
They're both
Okay.
undefeated in SEC.
tough one then.
A&M plays Texas at the end of the season. LSU plays Alabama in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, gosh, both their schedules still remain extremely tough. Huge win. Whoever gets this, huge win. Must watch. I think it'll be super close. Again, I mean, at home, I might just slightly give the edge to A&M. But I could be completely wrong.
Then we have a 5-2 Nebraska coming off that horrible loss this past week.
Yeah.
And they're going to be going against number 4, Ohio State, who's 5-1. Oh,
That's
boy.
tough.
I'm sort of seeing another horrible loss. I don't know if it's going to be as bad as Indiana did against them.
I mean, it can't be, right? Yeah. It's almost impossible to be as bad as it was against Indiana. But Ohio State's going to do what they need to do.
Yeah.
Freshman quarterback from Nebraska, Raiola, he's not going to be able to compete against Ohio State.
I don't think so.
Don't get me wrong. I think he'll continue to develop. I really think he's a great quarterback. But
and it's really, after this past week's game, that just sort of put those expectations.
If anything,
really low.
Ohio State needs to be careful. Right? The expectations at an all-time low. You're looking at the score like Nebraska's not going to compete against us. We're one of the best teams in the country.
Yeah.
That's dangerous. I know that's probably not their thought. Ryan Day is going to do his job, but that's dangerous.
That's not the stated thought, but it's very much can be in people's minds. Yeah. And then the potential game day.
Yeah, I don't remember what it actually is.
Maybe, we don't know. 4-3, Washington's going to be at number 13. Indiana, who hasn't lost a game yet and who is winning convincingly. I can't imagine this being anything else but another convincing win.
I 100% agree. Indiana's on a roll.
Yeah.
Washington look mediocre best.
Yeah. Then group of 5, what do we have? First of all, we got a Friday night game.
I wish this was a Saturday game, and I would have paid huge sums of money for it to be game day. But it's not, and it's okay. Number 17, Boise State, 5-1 against UNLV, who is 6-1. Three spots outside of the AP poll for UNLV, which we won't be using pretty soon.
That's true.
But this is a huge matchup for Group of 5. Both of these teams, whoever wins, right in the mix. I mean, if Boise State wins, they're still the front runner for the Group of 5 spot. Yeah. But if UNLV wins, I mean, what? Army and Navy are only a couple spots ahead of them, and they're beating. I mean, it's a huge game. I can't stress that enough.
It is huge. Yeah. So what do you expect, though?
I expect Boise to win. I think it'll be a pretty close game. I think it needs to be a close game for UNLV's sake. Boise, the past 5-6 times they played UNLV, have handled them very, very handily. Typically blowouts, including the conference championship last year. But Haj Malik Williams for UNLV has looked absolutely phenomenal since taking over week 4, I believe, for them. Their leading rusher already and has surpassed almost 900 yards in just 3 games here, or 3 or 4 games here. So he's looked phenomenal. And Boise State, universally known previous to the Spencer Danielson era to heavily struggle against dual threat quarterbacks. So I have my concerns there. Also, just a couple more facts to throw out there. Boise, one of the worst defenses in causing turnovers. UNLV, one of the best defenses in causing turnovers. And to reverse that, Boise's offense has one of the fewest turnover margins. They just don't turn the ball over very often. Yeah. So it's going to just be a very interesting matchup in terms of does Boise turn the ball. I think whoever turns the ball over the most loses this game. Yeah. I think that's a very easy thing to say, but specifically for a team that doesn't turn the ball over and a team that is ball hawks on defense.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Absolutely. So the next one is number 12, Notre Dame is going to be at number 24, Navy.
This could have been game day too.
It's
a fun matchup.
Yeah.
6-1 Notre Dame, undefeated Navy. Horvath for Navy is an electric dual threat quarterback. Can throw the ball better than probably any Navy quarterback I've seen in a long time. That being said, Notre Dame's look good. Yeah. Right? And this is
outside of that one anomaly. Yeah. Right.
This is a rivalry, but this is still a huge game for for Navy. If they win this, they potentially solidify themselves ahead of Boise as an undefeated team who has beat a top 12 group power, technically not Power 5, but Power 5 team.
That's right.
But Notre Dame, if they want their conference or their playoff host to stay alive, this is a must win.
They have to win it.
This is a must win.
It's a big one. It's a big one.
You think Navy has a chance?
I do.
All right.
I do think they have a chance. Yeah.
I believe this is a neutral site game. I don't think it's at Navy.
No,
I could be wrong.
It's a good question.
I have no idea. I feel like it might be neutral site.
Okay. Yeah, didn't pay attention to that. Then you have number 23, Army. They have a bye week until they play Air Force next time. And then you got number 3, you got Liberty, still undefeated. They're going to be at Kennesaw State, who is still defeated.
There's no way. I thought it was fun. I thought it was fun to throw this in here. Liberty's a little bit outside the top 25, but Kennesaw State hasn't won a game yet.
Yeah.
Liberty hasn't lost a game yet. It's just a fun matchup, right? I mean, the worst of the worst against not the best by any means, but it's still an undefeated team.
Yeah.
Liberty wins, by the way.
Yes, they do. So, upsets. Do we have upsets for you?
Absolutely. I feel good about this first one.
Okay.
5-1 Syracuse at number 19, undefeated Pittsburgh. Syracuse's only loss was earlier on in the season against Stanford. Not a great looking loss.
Not a good loss.
But Pittsburgh has beaten nobody. West Virginia looks like crap. Cincinnati, a little bit better. North Carolina looks like crap, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they lost to James Madison, who now just clearly is not that great of a team. And Kyle McCord for Syracuse has looked fantastic this season. He really has. Holstein for Pittsburgh, again, I'm just not impressed with the teams and the lineup that he has. So I think Kyle McCord comes out and Syracuse beats Pittsburgh on Thursday night.
Look out, Pitt.
Look out, Pitt.
Yep. What's next?
BYU, number 11, here in the weird Big 12 at UCF, who's lost 4 straight games. And all of them are so close.
Tight.
So close.
Tight, including this past week.
Gus Malzahn needs a win.
Yeah.
If you continue to lose, yes, they're recruiting great players. Yes, maybe things will look up for them, but people don't look at what's to come. They look at what's happening right here, right now. And right here, right now, UCF has lost 4 straight. This is, to me, a must-win for UCF and Gus Malzahn. And it's at the Bounce House.
That's right.
That's a big deal.
It is. It is.
Utah, right? BYU's from Utah, traveling to UCF at 2:30 p.m. Hey, that Florida sun is not going to be nice to
That's true.
BYU.
That is a very good point.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the upset alerts. That's our look at Week 9, what we're expecting. Join us when we talk about the results.
Go Broncos.